This is an emergency broadcast. We have detected an imminent asteroid collision with the moon's surface. We are currently assessing the extent of the damage and the number of casualties. At this moment, our teams are working tirelessly to restore communication with lunar outposts. For those still on the moon, be aware that we are mobilizing all available resources to assist you. Conserve your energy and ration your supplies until further notice. Additional information will be provided as the situation unfolds. Stay tuned for updates. Over and out.
I repeat, Crust has declared a state of emergency of the first degree. Commercial shipments and cargo landings are prohibited. All complexes, resources, and facilities on the moon are now under Crust control. All remaining facilities should switch to emergency frequency and report their status. Conserve energy and resources, and await further instructions.
What's happening? Director, can you hear me? We're receiving reports that a meteorite collided with the moon and the state of emergency has been declared. Director, confirm you're on the line right now. You could have done it more quickly and spared me the worry. Director, there's still no signal from the personnel of the base. I'll try again, but my hope is dwindling. Robert, come in. Robert, do you copy? Robert, damn it, come in. There appear to be no survivors. I'm glad you were on the orbital station when the collision happened. I suggest you stay there as long as possible. We should try to hold out until logistics with Earth are restored. Start with electricity. We still have resources and functional drones. That should be enough for a few solar panels and batteries.
Judging by the seismic activity, the meteorite impact occurred on the far side of the moon. We're lucky it happened so far away from our mission, but the strength of the blast wave raises a lot of questions.
Is that all the head of the research department can say? Somewhere far away there was an explosion and we don't know the cause?
Because scientists are working with proven facts, not speculating on fragmentary evidence. Much more data would be needed to reach the conclusions.
Objective achieved.
We have electricity, but our resource reserves are almost depleted. We need to restore production as soon as possible. Let's start with repairing the elevator to gain access to the underground level. Then build a charging station for the drones. Make sure that
Director, we're getting word of supply shortages from almost everywhere on Earth. The explosion cut off most of the supply channels from the moon. Millions of people are in need of resources, and we can satisfy that demand. Supplies used to...
the explosion destroyed everything on the surface, but there may still be mining modules underground. We need to go down and see what we have left.
Objective achieved.
Director, we need to reconnect the power supply to the underground level. Connect the elevator and electrical... That's better. I see that we have a module to produce smart concrete, but we have an urgent need to resume production of steel and silicone. Director, I have an idea. First, convert 5 drones into miners, and we'll proceed.
The drone reconfiguration module allows up to 5 drones to be converted into mining drones and vice versa.
We have smelting furnaces, but to start producing any resource, the relevant oxides are always needed. We will now mine them with the mining drones. Director, we have access to iron and silicone veins. Assign drones to mine the resources from the veins to supply the processing modules with raw materials.
Enter excavation mode and assign mining drones to mine resources directly from a vein.
Objective achieved.
You can now watch mining drones extract the oxides, and working drones deliver them to the... You can adjust the game speed by selecting the desired speed using the interface or the hotkeys.
Director, you can never have too much smart concrete, so it's worth spending time to produce it. For this purpose, we have a pressing module, which may not be the most efficient way, but it's good enough to start with.
Objective achieved.
The pressing module requires only...
Director, here's the latest news regarding contracts. To resume shipments to Earth, we'll need to restore communication and significantly expand production. If we manage this in the near term, I'll negotiate an extremely lucrative contract with the aerospace company FASM. They've lost their supplier and are willing to pay generously for an urgent order. I'm still looking into the matter, but be prepared to devote all resources to this effort if you want to maximize the benefits. I'll return as soon as new information becomes available.
Well, that's a start. There should be enough smart concrete for the first time.
Director, we have a message on the emergency channel. I'll put it on the screen.
Attention. This is Arthur Moore, commander of the Hope-2 orbital station. The station has sustained severe damage from multiple collisions. We have lost key control modules. A hard moon landing will occur in the coming weeks. Request assistance from anyone who hears this message. All crew members are ordered to take shelter in Block 4. I repeat.
The debris from the meteorite impact must have gotten Hope-2. I'm already contacting Crust to report it.
Director, my name is Clyde Draper, and I lead the Crust search and rescue operation. We are aware of the situation with Hope-2, and are already developing an evacuation plan. There's still a chance to restore resource mining and production at your facility, and it's in our mutual interest for you to assist us. We need a place to accommodate the rescued crew, and your base is the most suitable candidate for this. Crust will provide you with the necessary equipment and scientific resources to carry out the assigned tasks.
With all due respect, Director, I do not share your doubts. People are in danger, and if it's in our power to help them, we must do so.
With all due respect, Alice, altruism has clouded your judgment. Crust is clearly asking for grant aid that we cannot afford right now. I suggest we focus on restoring production and resuming shipments to Earth, where resources are urgently needed right now. Also, I've negotiated a prepayment with FASM. We can use their funds if we start reestablishing the contract system now.
But all you care about is profit. If that's the case, think of the technology Crust will provide. It's worth as much as our base in its current state.
Do we pay a fair price for their technology? Don't forget, Director, by accepting Crust's offer, we will allow them to decide how our base is developed. We'll have to focus on the construction of the living quarters and postpone the expansion of high-tech manufacturing and investigation of the meteorite case.
Crust is going to accommodate the surviving Hope-2 crew members at your base in exchange for equipment and technologies for us to carry out a rescue mission. If you accept Crust's offer, you will lose access to the FASM contract, for which the corporation is willing to pay upfront.
Good choice. You need to establish contact with the station, assist the commander with the evacuation, and then transport the team to your base. You should have living quarters suitable for sustaining life by then. Begin prep.
We've barely recovered from the explosion. Now our base is just a couple of mining and processing modules. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to save the crew, but it'll be almost impossible in such a short amount of time. We definitely can't do it alone. I will send a request to colleagues and inform you when new information becomes available.
Indeed, the timing's not ideal. However, we still have the ability to break down the task and move towards our goal with small steps. First, we need to ramp up production. Living quarters will require a lot of resources. We have smelting furnaces, but we need extractors and refineries to extract oxides from mined regolith. Director, Crust has handed us the research plan, and we're ready to begin. Research underground mining and place 2 extractors on the iron and silicon veins.
Don't forget that extractors need electricity. Hold down shift.
Research complete. Objective achieved.
I see in the data that the extractors have started mining. Now, finish the research and build 2 regolith refineries for producing iron and silicon, respectively. Director, place the regolith refineries similarly to optimize future production. single regolith refinery extracts the necessary oxides from the regolith by thermal treatment. The process leaves slag that can also be used in production.
Objective achieved.
The single regolith refinery is a mono-refinery that can only produce one type of oxide at a time. Be sure...
Objective achieved.
Director, a conveyor belt will speed up production and eliminate the need for drones in resource delivery. I advise you to keep an eye on this technology.
You heard him, Director. Now we have a steel production chain, but we can increase its efficiency by connecting the modules with conveyor belts. It will reduce the load for drones and speed up production. Exactly what we need right now.
Use the conveyor tool and connect the extract...
Objective achieved.
Director, we managed to dispatch the research rover scout. It's essential for your next mission. Examine the satellite repeater and make contact with the Hope-2 crew. Mr. Ratchet will help you sort out the controls. You're free to use data that will help with the mission. Some of it will expedite the research. Professor Wilfrey knows what to do with it. However, remember that all ship logs, crew records, and other materials related to the incident are the property of Crust. Your company has no authority to examine this information.
Ratchet, have you heard the news? Crust put you in charge of the new toy. We don't have much time to contact the crew, so helping the director get the rover to the repeater is your top priority.
Not only did we lose almost all of our equipment, but we also turned out to be the last hope for Crust and the Hope Station. Anyway, Director, we're in a hurry. Land the cargo pod with the rover and we'll proceed. Horizon 6. Almost everything has been modified. Only the hull is original.
Objective achieved. Objective achieved.
Attention. This is First Vice President Alice Vance speaking. We have received equipment and coordinates and are beginning a rescue operation as per Crust directive. Our mission, to safely evacuate the crew of Hope-2 and get them back to base in one piece. By this time, habitable living quarters must be completed. Director, you need to send a rover to the repeater and contact the station crew. Professor Wilfrey, please request Crust life support technology. Ratchet, we're going to need a cargo truck for crew transport. Take care of it for us. Personnel on Earth to proceed under new directives issued by your immediate supervisor. Over and out. We cannot rely solely on Crust to deliver all the equipment. We need to prepare ourselves. We need a cargo truck to deliver the crew, and we need it now. Ratchet, any ideas?
We can try to fix this piece of scrap metal. It's a Pathfinder 3B, an outdated model, but it has increased maneuverability and payload capacity. Just what we need. Director, it looks like the rover has run out of power. Now, it couldn't be the turtle in a race, and until the sun is up again, there's nothing we can do about it. The rover is solar powered, and as soon as the sun goes down, it starts using energy from its batteries. Keep this in mind when planning long-distance expeditions. The engine is running. Director, we'll send a cargo truck as soon as we receive the crew's coordinates. You don't have to worry about the delivery. Director, our energy reserves are almost at zero. The moon has a long day-night cycle. Make sure we have enough solar panels to charge the batteries during the solar phase. In the event of an urgent power shortage, modules with low priority are the first to be disconnected from the network. You can manually disable modules that are not needed at the moment to optimize consumption.
Director, human lives are at stake. We must hurry.
Research complete. Objective
Director,
achieved.
we've established communication with the station.
The situation is critical. The station has suffered a lot of damage. The navigation system is down. Power and life support systems are failing. Medical assistance is urgently required. There are a few injured crew members, and we've already lost some people. Now that we have a signal from the surface, I'll try to keep the crew reassured. We'll activate the emergency beacon so you can pick us up after landing. What do you mean you're not ready to rescue us? Listen to me. You must make it happen. People's lives depend on your work. Our orbit is decaying. We can't change course. I'll reroute energy from Block 6 and 2 and try to delay the lunar landing as much as possible. Our lives are in your hands, Director. Hurry up.
Director, we urgently need to build living quarters and get them out there. Professor, have we received the necessary technologies?
Crust has handed over the research plan. They agreed to help, but the main burden will fall on our shoulders.
Living quarters will require a lot of space. Director, make sure the drones mine enough area for construction.
Director, news about the difficult situation with Hope-2 has reached us. We are ready to provide a base to temporarily accommodate the crew. The offer has already been sent to your representative.
Message from an unknown sender. Security needs a little time to decrypt. Okay, great. Director, Malachite has responded to our request for help. They are offering assistance to our rescue operation, but there's a catch. I'll put the message on the screen now. The Malachite lunar base is not designed for long-term human occupancy, but it is equipped with small life support modules. Judging by the sensors, they're still functioning. Malachite is offering to temporarily accommodate the crew on their base to give us time to build what we need. However, if you read their offer carefully, it implies that we will have to return the favor if necessary. We can agree to their terms to make the rescue go smoothly, but remember that in that case, we will owe them a favor in return. In any case, the decision is yours. Okay, we're ready. Director, use the room planner tool and lay down a room of the required size. I can't agree with your decision, Director, but I understand your reasons for being cautious.
Hey, Houston, we've had a problem here. Say again, please.
Objective achieved.
Provide the drones with materials and complete the construction. Keep a close eye on the supply of steel and concrete, and repair modules of the product chains in a timely manner. Also, you can convert drones back from miners to speed up the building process.
Then, safety and mission assurance. Safety and mission assurance, let's go. Copy that. Thanks, well.
obtain oxygen, we need to find ice deposits among the regolith and set up its extraction. To do this, build an ore detector.
Around the research post, there is a level platform and several small buildings. Wheel tracks are leading away from it in different directions. Inside the structure is disarray. Items are scattered, lockers are open and emptied, emergency crates are opened and emptied. In some rooms, there is a large amount of research equipment and materials. There are no people to be seen. They clearly left the outpost in a hurry.
Based on what I saw, the outpost was engaged in studying photosynthetic microorganisms capable of living in a vacuum and zero gravity. Director, send drones to study the materials. This will aid in further research.
Research complete. Research complete. Research complete. Objective achieved.
Use the ore detector to find ice deposits. We've set a good pace, but time is still working against us, Director. Try to keep that in mind.
Research complete. Research complete. Research complete.
Build the ice extractor and then the ice melter. This will allow us to produce water and oxygen and supply them to the living quarters.
Research complete.
Looks like you haven't built a living quarters or made a backup plan yet. It's a good thing I'm still in charge of the rescue operation, Director. We estimate that the Hope-2 survivors will land in 90 days. If you don't prepare to accommodate the crew by that time, people could die. You can try sending parts to the station, which might delay the impact and increase the probability of success of the operation by 31%. We'll get you all the data and research you need. Do whatever you want, but get the crew of Hope-2 back to your base. And if
You're playing with fire, Director. Well then, let's do the impossible without anyone else's help.
Research complete.
Director, our operation requires a colossal amount of funds. The budget is stretched to its limits, and there are no new investments in sight. Living quarters require electricity and oxygen in order for the life support systems to start working. Let's start with electricity.
I have a solution to our problems, Director. We can establish trade with other organizations on the moon.
Install an electronic board on the wall and connect it to the main network with a wire. This is why you get paid the big bucks, Ledger. Great idea. Director, let's get started immediately. Research and construction will take some time.
Package delivered. Research complete. Research complete. Objective achieved. Research complete. Research complete. Objective achieved. Research complete.
Everything is ready for trading. You can now sell your excess resources on the online. Director, you should carefully monitor supply and demand. The more resources of a specific type you put on the market, the lower their price will be.
Objective achieved. Research complete.
we have ice mining, we need to learn about oxygen facilities to create a life support system, complete the appropriate research, and build an electrolysis plant.
Director, our...
Greetings, Director. I represent the interests of the ACI.
Director, in this situation, we can use the emergency powers Crust gave us to put pressure on the corporations. We can give the samples and with the equipment to one side of the conflict or the other, take it all back, or send a botanical specialist to reopen the facility to benefit our mission.
Giving the samples to the farmers makes the most sense. They know best how to handle this moon celery. These farmers are good guys. Now there'll be apple trees on the moon.
Objective achieved.
Director, we now have living quarters. It's time to make them habitable. Build beds, a farm, and a kitchen. The new residents will need them. Hydroponic farms will allow food to be produced as long as there is access to water. A kitchen will allow colonists to cook and eat. As for the purpose of beds, I bet you can figure that one out on your own.
Objective achieved.
Director, colonists will come to the base to work, not to relax. Build a fundamental science lab so they can help generate fundamental science points. And don't forget about the medical block. The healthier our employees are, the better they will be able to perform their duties.
Director, we have detected an object approaching the surface of the moon. It must be... Yes, we're receiving a message on the emergency channel. Putting it on the screen.
We're out of time, Director. The station is falling apart before our eyes. The rescue capsule is already on its way to the moon. You'll have to pick the people up within an extremely tight timeline. Oxygen has been almost completely depleted. The second capsule's damaged, and we don't have the resources to fix it. We have to... redirecting energy to maneuvering thrusters to soften the impact. God help us.
The emergency beacon is fuzzy, so we only know the approximate position of the escape pod. It'll take months to survey the entire area. Ratchet, can we do something to speed this up?
Our rover is equipped with the LPS, Lunar Proximity Scanner. It can detect even the weakest signals on the surface. Director, send the rover to the landing area. We'll find them in no time.
If we want to find the crew alive, we must immediately send the rover to search. Estimates of the oxygen levels in the capsule are bleak. I've added a timer to your interface, Director.
Research complete.
news. There's an opportunity to
You must have slept through the latest news. A meteorite just hit the moon.
Director, we're in a unique situation. It's a shame that someone else will take advantage of this crisis, Director.
Great. We know the exact location of the escape pod. Now send them a cargo truck.
Objective achieved.
What a relief to be back on the surface. We had to leave.
We should have done more. We should have saved everyone.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Alice. We did everything we could.
We won't last much longer in transport. Several of my colleagues have damaged gear. They only have enough oxygen in their suits for a short trip. Our lives are in your hands.
Package delivered. Objective achieved.
We've arrived at the base. It's still hard to believe that it's all in the past now. Thank you, Director.
Director, I have another offer you can't refuse. We can still benefit from our situation. Earth needs resources that we can provide. Although alternatives are emerging every day, we've gained a significant lead in lunar production development.
We need a landing platform to exchange resources with Earth. It's a good thing we built one recently.
Objective achieved.
Great job, Director. The funds have already been deposited into our account. At this rate, we'll soon recoup our expedition and start making a profit.
course we didn't have more pressing issues for which the dispatched resources would be useful, but no, Director, we didn't miss out on short-term gain.
Objective achieved.
Director, there's news. In short, I've signed an agreement to complete several...
Director, I see.
My job...
Director.
You're doing a great job, Director. Execute the next contract on time, and I will personally...
It's about time, considering you're one of the main reasons to visit him.
Director, Crust has sent us an additional set of drones, which will allow us to expand production even...
Director, the ASIL Corporation needs materials for desalination stations. We can't leave the region without drinking water, can we? Malachite is about to set up their production facility on the moon and is asking us for missing construction materials.
Research complete.
Hope-2.